And see, he's lost his sense of passion because he's moved from his position. In ancient times, the cities were well guarded by gates. Now, David is in Mahanaim, which is not Jerusalem, the capital city. Absalom is there, and he's going to drive him out, but not yet. The first thing he has to do is relocate himself. Around the city are two gates. Everybody say two gates. Our theme for the new year is gates. I want you to pay great attention right now. This is very important. In each city, there would be an outer gate that everybody saw. We all have one of those. We all have the outer gate that people see. It's our personality that we project into the world so people won't judge us, so we will appear successful. Then there is the inner gate. It's the second line of defense. We all have one of those too. It's our actions. Two gates. Two gates. Two gates. Two gates. Two gates. And the action happens, watch this, between the gates. The Bible does not say, put my verse up again, it's my theme verse, that David took his seat, it's verse 8, at the gate. It says that he got up and took his seat. What? Where? Now, up until this point, he's been near the gate, but he wasn't in it. He was in isolation above the gate, like a lot of us live our lives, watching events unfold, but not taking responsibility for our outcomes. When we live online in an ecosystem of pretension and narcissism and opinions, but don't really make a commitment to make a difference in the world, and we show up in the places that are most convenient to our ego, but refuse to confront the issues that sabotage our soul. The action happened between the gates, not outside and not inside. But often between the gates, transactions would be made. It was like a marketplace of the day, but between the gates of the city, there would be buying and selling and negotiation. Between the gates, prophets like Amos would prophesy to maintain justice in the gates. In the gates. When Ruth, if you remember the Old Testament story, was claimed by Boaz, her kinsman redeemer, he did the deal in the presence of 10 witnesses in the gate. When Abraham bought the burial ground for Sarah in the Old Testament, he bought it in the presence of witnesses in the gate. It's where the witnesses were. It's where the judges would sit. It's where negotiations happened. It's where the conscience of the nation was developed. It's where Absalom would stand at the gate and before people could go through, turn them back after he had promoted his own agenda. And everything changed for David when he did something so simple. The Bible says that after all he had lost, and after all the tears he had cried, and after all the mistakes he had made, he did something so simple and so profound. The king got up, left his chamber, and took his seat in the gate. In other words, I hear David saying, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm back. My heart is broken, but I'm back. I made some mistakes, but I'm back. I wish I could go back and change some things, but I can't. But I'm back. I'm devastated about what happened, but I'm back. I'm uncertain about the future. I don't know where it's gonna go from here. I'm a long way from home, but I'm back. Now, what I picture in my mind is today, thousands of people who have gathered to hear this message online or in person at every location. And I see you getting up from the failure and the shame and the regret that has kept you paralyzed, and taking your stand in the gate of praise and entering his gates with thanksgiving. I wish 70 people would jump up on your feet right now and shout at the top of your lungs, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. Let the devil know I'm back. Let condemnation know I'm back. Let my past know I'm back. I'm not perfect, but I'm back. I don't have it planned out yet, but I'm back. I don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring, but I'm back. High five everybody you can reach. Tell them I'm back. I'm back in it. I'm back in it. I'm not gonna stand over my life blaming people for the next 20 years because of the last 20. Get thee behind me, Satan. I'm back. And when the enemy comes with his accusations and his excuses, I want you to look him square in the eye before the year even gets started good and tell him, devil, this seat is taken. I said this seat is taken. No room for you to run my life, because I am seated in heavenly places with Christ. I'm back. I'm back in position. I'm back in purpose. Get back in the gate. Get back in the gate. You cannot change what you tolerate. Get back in the gate. You cannot change what you won't face. Get back in the gate. You can't change it by complaining. You can't change it by if only. But now, if you will take your seat, God has prepared a place for you in the presence of your enemies. He might not rid you of your problems, but he has given you his presence. Get back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. And I'm broken. And I'm better because I was broken. Because I learned how to fight the battle in between. In between. It's not what happens to you. It's not what they say about you. It's what happens between the gates. That's what I want to study with you for the next 4 weeks. I want you to invite every jacked up person that you know. Because we're going to get our gates back. We have been too flooded with images and points of view that do not promote peace in our lives. And we are practicing the habits of worry, and we are living in the state of anxiety. The place of power is when you take your seat. Watch this. David got up, took his seat in the gate. He wasn't healed yet, but he's here. I'm hurting, but I'm here. It's going to be hard, but I'm here. You know what's cool? You already got perfect attendance for the year in church. Celebrate yourself. And to get everything he needed, all he had to do is what Kendrick said. All he had to do was sit down. When he sat down, all of his men came to him. Your weapons are waiting for you to take your place. Your weapons, you're waiting for your weapons to come. Your weapons will not come until you take your place. This is the place of responsibility. This is the place of owning your story. This is the place of dealing with your dysfunctions, not from a distance. This is the place of power. We fight the enemy in the wrong place, and we wait for things to appear that are waiting for us in our assignment. And I feel the Spirit of God on me this year to teach this message on the gates of change.